Hi, this video shows how to fetch multiple stock values from the Google Finance website. You can refer to the earlier 3 videos. In the single stock value video, we saw how to fetch a single stock value. In the Google stock value with Inject JavaScript video, we saw how to fetch a single stock value using the Inject JavaScript step. In the multiple stock values video, we saw how to fetch multiple stock values by putting the steps to fetch each stock value in between the start and continue loop steps. In this video, we will use a workflow executor step. We will configure it to act as a loop by passing one row at a time in the child workflow. In general, workflow executor helps to modularize complex workflows. Let us begin. In the file system, there is an input file stocksymbols.csv. Let us check its contents. The file has a list of company names and the corresponding stock symbols. To fetch the stock values, I have opened Process Studio. We will begin with the Google stock value with Inject JavaScript we saw in our earlier video. I have already created a project, Google stock values with workflow executor. As mentioned, we will be using a workflow executor step. So there will be a parent workflow and a child workflow. Let me save this workflow in the new project, that is Google stock values with workflow executor, as Google stock values parent. I will also save it as Google stock values child. Click OK. Let me open the parent and child workflows. Now in the parent workflow, we will read the multiple stock symbols in the file. Let us add a CSV file input step. Let us connect the input file step to the start browser. In the CSV input file, let us browse for the stock symbol.csv, or since it is in the current workflow directory, we can simply mention internal entry current directory stock symbols.csv. Get fields. So the file has company name and stock symbol. Let us preview the data. It is showing the 4 stock symbols in it. Click OK. Now CSV file input is the first step. So in the start browser, let us uncheck the start node. Click OK. We will put all the steps to fetch the stock value in the child workflow. So let us remove the steps to set the stock symbol and get the stock value. Here we will put a workflow executor step. Let us connect the workflow executor step to the text input file. Now the workflow executor step, when connecting to an output step, gives several options, such as the output of the executor step will contain the execution results, or the output will contain the result rows after execution. We want to store the result rows in the text file, so we will select the second option. There are other options like the output will contain the result file, the output will contain a copy of the executor step, is it the main output of the step or the error handling step. So in our case, we are not looking for the execution results, we are looking for the actual result rows. So we will select the second option. Let us go to the child workflow. We need to pass the stock symbol and optionally the company name in the CSV file from the parent workflow to the child workflow. For this, configure 2 parameters to receive the company name and stock symbol. Let us go back to the child workflow. In the get variable step, search for the workflow parameters you defined, company and symbol. Let us call them company and symbol. The type is string. Click OK. In the web URL navigation, provide the web URL Google Finance. Click OK. In the web set value, we want to set the stock symbol one by one. So instead of hard coding, let us select symbol to set for every row in the CSV file. Click OK. This completes the child workflow. And in the text file output, our output file name is stock value, and we will be writing at once in the parent, so there is no need to append. In the fields tab, let us leave it blank to fetch all the fields and all the rows. Click OK. We are now ready to execute the workflow. So let us execute the parent workflow, which in turn will call the child workflow to fetch the stock values. Watch the automation. It is in the Google Finance website. It searches for the first stock symbol, Google Nasdaq, and fetches its value. The next symbol, INFI, New York Stock Exchange, and fetches its value. The next symbol for Samsung and fetches the value. And the last, Apple Nasdaq, and fetches its value. And it exits the browser. So the workflow is complete. Let us check the text file output. It has generated stock value.txt, and if you check the value, it has stored in it the company name, the stock symbol, and its value, which it fetched with GUI automation. This completes the GUI automation. We saw how to fetch multiple stock values using the workflow executor step. Thank you for watching.